Okay, I've still got my project open from the last lesson here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how we can add and remove screens from our installer. So in the screens area here, you can see there's a few different events: before installing, while installing, and after installing. And these are where your screens are contained. Now, if you're interested in how to customize the screens, take a look at the themes chapter on this CD-ROM. Let's go ahead and click on the before installing event, and then as you can see here, we get a clear picture of our installer with all the screens in order, and we can preview them by clicking on them, right? Well, let's go ahead and remove a couple of these screens by selecting them and clicking the remove button. How about we'll take the license agreement screen away by selecting it and then clicking remove, and then we'll do the same again for the user information screen. Alright, so now we've got just these 4 screens left for the beginning of our installer: the confirmation, the select folder screens, and the welcome screen. Let's go ahead and press OK. That looks good for now. And let's add a screen to the after installing event. So we'll go ahead and click on after installing. As you can see, we've got the finished install screen here. And let's go ahead and add a screen, for example, how about one with some HTML? So we'll click on the add button, and in the screen gallery menu here on the left, as you can see, there's a wide variety of screens. You've got screens for basically every purpose, and between this and the themes, you can really customize basically every aspect of your install. Let's go ahead and select, how about a scrolling HTML screen, and we'll press OK, and that's going to add that to the very end of our install. Now, you could click the edit button here and go ahead and edit your HTML here, or set it to load from a file as well. I'm going to go ahead and just customize mine very basically here, and I'm going to say click here to visit indigorose.com, or how about Indigo Rose website. Now, in this particular case, we're just doing some very basic HTML. You can basically do whatever you want in here, though. You don't have to restrict yourself to just typing in some basic code. You can put in your own HTML files, and they can contain all the interactivity that normal HTML files would contain. Alright, let's just go ahead and set that up. Let's go ahead and build this. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and run this, and we can take a look at how it works. It's got our normal installer. As you can see here, it skipped those first 2 screens, right? You remember it used to ask us for our name and everything, and now it doesn't. Okay, so those are the screens we removed. You can see the effect of that. And then we're going to do the install. Now let's press finish, and as you can see, here's our scrolling HTML screen. Now in this particular case, all I edited was this last line here where it says click here to visit the Indigo Rose website. And of course, if we click that, that'll launch that in our default web browser. But in this, and actually here, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll open it in a new window. As you can see, it works just fine. Okay, and this particular screen allows you to serve scrolling HTML. There's a variety of screens that'll allow you to do various different functionality. So I encourage you to go through these different screens, add them to installers, and just experiment and see what each one of them does, and maybe even read up in the documents about them. But at any rate, that's a simple way that we can quickly add and remove screens from our projects.